Jacob ReesMogg quizzed the Brexit Secretary David Davis, venting his frustration over the implementation period. Nigel Farage opened his LBC show by asking whether the Conservative Party MP for North East Somerset was one of the remaining true believers of Brexit in Parliament. Farage's first caller was quick to say, "God bless him," and praised Mr ReesMogg for standing up for what Brexiteers want. The caller, known as Philip, said, "I think Jacob is really hardening up his stance, and God bless him." LBC Getty Brexit News. A caller urged Jacob ReesMogg deliver the Brexit Britons voted for. "I'm incandescent about what has happened today. When I saw Davis, he was laughing, he was almost smirking, and Jacob is absolutely right, because what he is talking about is extending our membership." Theresa May's phrase of implementation seems to have gone down the spout. This is not an implementation, and indeed what is happening, it is no longer a negotiation now, it is becoming a surrender. Farage asked the caller whether Mr ReesMogg could be seen as a serious contender as a future leader. "I think Jacob is really hardening up his stance, and God bless him." Caller Philip replied, "I think there are many Conservatives who are absolutely fed up with rudderless leadership, surrounding rather than negotiating." Farage explained how the UK should be negotiating with the European Union, suggested where the government may have gone wrong. He said, "Well, I went to meet Barnier the other day, as you know, and I have been over there in those institutions for 18.5 years, and the one thing that I have seen all the way through is if you show the first sign of weakness to the Brussels bully boys, they will steamroller all over you." At the start of his show, Farage said that today we saw a fresh side of Jacob ReesMogg. He said, "We saw somebody polite, but very much in control, and I thought utterly determined." David Davis was laughing nervously. "I mean really having a tough time. I suspect it's because David Davis is a leaver. I think he was embarrassed by what Jacob said, because he was defending government policy, and government policy has been to concede, fry." December 8, 2017. Here is the 15-page Brexit deal in full. Speaking today in the Commons Brexit Committee, Mr ReesMogg suggested the UK would be a vassal state during the transition period if it continues to be subject to the European Court of Justice (ECJ), pay into the EU budget, and follow new single market rules. He said, "It's hard to think of any precedent in the world where an independent nation has taken the judgments of a finite court of its superior and immediate law without having any judge on that law." The Prime Minister, Mrs May, has said the UK would enter a 2-year transitional period where Britain will effectively stay in the single market and customs union during the transition. The implementation period is expected to end in March 2021 and could be agreed before trade negotiations begin with the EU.